Well, good evening, Nebraska, and welcome to Quarantine Tonight. As luck would have it, on this misty November night, we find ourselves in a land of technical difficulties. It's a forest that I've lived in. I'm familiar with it. The trees are all familiar, and we hope that you are hanging in there. We have a wonderful show tonight. In fact, I have scheduled this week to be extra special for everybody watching because I knew that it was an important one. We're in the middle of our first annual membership drive to make News Channel Nebraska a possibility. And let me start out by saying that I work with the best broadcasters that can come up with solutions that most large broadcast affiliates could never arrive at. And the fact that we're on air right now is a testament to their hard work. So what we're going to do tonight is I'm going to do the prayer. We'll talk just a little bit about our membership drive. And before you know it, the Duffy Belorad Orchestra is going to be here. And we're, through the course of the night, going to expand everything here. It'll be just like it normally is. So let's start with our evening prayer here on News Channel Nebraska. Dear Lord, we thank you for the opportunity to celebrate the talents of Nebraskans each night. We pray for those that are battling the COVID-19, those that are suffering from other illnesses, and those who sleep tonight not in peace but live in war and in faraway places where maybe we don't often direct our thoughts and prayers. We also thank you for allowing us to live in a nation where we can express our views, we can celebrate together, and as we prepare in the United States for Thanksgiving, we thank you for the gift of families and of spending time together, and most of all, we thank you for everything that you have done by dying on the cross for us. In your name we pray. Amen. All right, there we start with our evening prayer. Let me start things out here by just putting a quick plug in. Our goal tonight is 25 new members. As you know, we're asking folks to contribute $12 a month, and we'll send you a T-shirt, or we'll also send you a sweatshirt for $15 a month. And what I've been telling people is that when you care about your community, we're motivated to invest in it. We plant trees, we create parks, maybe we build a community center, we take care of our schools, we try and make them better. We also invest in a community's access to the arts, to inspire, to enrich, to bring a smile to your mom's face. If you know she's watching tonight, and maybe this is the band that she and your dad danced to on their wedding night, this is the stuff we want to be about here at News Channel Nebraska, and we want to continue this program. We want to be there for the artists that have been there for all of us since the beginning, and there's so much great talent right here in Nebraska that we haven't even gotten to yet. And so we believe that bringing you the best of Nebraska is our job, and that it's an investment in our state. Our goal tonight is 25. If you could call this number, 1-888-800-1479. And no, I don't have any fancy lower third or any graphics tonight. We will, though. We will definitely have some. But it's 10 minutes after. Let's get down to business. Ladies and gentlemen, from this undisclosed location, we welcome Kevin D. Koopman and the Duffy Belorad Orchestra to the stage tonight. I see all these familiar faces just coming in. One of the great things about this band is that they come dressed so nice, little penguins everywhere in their tuxedos, and of course we've got, oh, watch out, there's lots of chords there. We strung a few chords there across the way. We about got you there. Here they come. We've got great audio, thanks to our friends at Midwest Music. And tonight we're going to celebrate the very best of big band with a band that got its origin in Lee, Nebraska. Kevin, am I right?
Lee, Clarkson area, yeah. Duffy was originally born in the Clarkson area, but lived and farmed most of his life in Lee, Nebraska. So
well, and
proximity there.
I got a letter from Coleridge about this band that I'm going to share later. But
good?
Yes, it's very good.
Okay, as long as it's appropriate.
You guys look so good tonight. How's everybody?
We even got it clean, so yeah.
Oh, you got the tuxedos cleaned and everything?
We even smell good.
And Len, look at this guy back here. We got to just say something about Jacob Villadal back here from Colon, Nebraska, works for Saunders County. He has been a centerpiece of this show since he first started. He's a young man, just barely over 21. Got a pretty serious girlfriend. She's like 27, right? Is that how old she is? 25. Oh, I'm sorry. Robbing the cradle with Jacob back there. But ever since he's been on this show, I've had a lot of people, they refer to him as Loverboy. I have no idea where that comes from. But look at him smile. Every time you embarrass him, Kevin, you see the rosy cheeks.
I wish I had such rosy cheeks.
Hey, Lincoln Public Schools, you're out of school this week, aren't you?
We had teacher work day yesterday and today. So I said that while my principal's watching.
So you don't have school tomorrow?
We do not have school tomorrow.
Oh, good.
And none of the teachers do. So that's good because we don't worry about driving home so late and
Well, that's good.
kind of groggy.
We'll be on the air till 4 a.m. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Duffy Belorad Orchestra right here on News Channel, Nebraska.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Duffy Belorad Orchestra, and this is yours truly, Kevin D. Koopman. And our first selection is a salute to our country with our national anthem, the Star Spangled Banner. Yes, that is the Star Spangled Banner. Again, we hope everybody's doing well during the crazy COVID times. We wish you happy Thanksgiving, as well as, if we don't see you next month, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We've got Duffy's theme all the way back from 1932. You bet, it's still good stuff. Here we go with I Love My Baby. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, I love my baby, you bet. It's good stuff. It's lasted since 1932 for Duffy, you bet. It's still great stuff. We've got some tunes coming your way. The first one up to bat here is called Mr. Sandman. But you know, this was originally a vocal sung by women to catch a guy, so I'm going to be changing the words just a little bit here so that it's fitting here for this tune. So here we go with Mr. Sandman, Send Me a Dream. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Make her the cutest that I've ever seen. Give her 2 lips like roses and clover. Then tell her that those lonesome nights are over. Sandman, I'm so alone. Magic beam, Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Yes, Mr. Sandman, send me a dream, you bet. We've got another favorite here that we used to play quite a bit, especially with Duffy. It was a Tony Bennett favorite. Tony Bennett made it famous in 1962. I Left My Heart in San Francisco. We're going to feature our keyboard player, Dr. Sam Zitek, all the way from Grand Island on this one. Dr. Sam Zitek on the keyboard. yes, you bet. I left my heart in San Francisco. That was arranged by the great late Cliff Kotnick. Wrote that one out of the Neely, Nebraska area. All right. Here we go. We've got another one. We've got some solos on this one. All of Me, and this one was made famous and recorded in 1931. And also we want to send this one out to the two schools that I teach at, Belmont Elementary, all the teachers out there, as well as the Goodrich Middle School teachers. It's been a rough year in terms of having remote learners, trying to do kids in the classroom as well as teaching kids that are on the computer. So it's been a challenging year, and again, a salute to all teachers across the state of Nebraska doing a great job trying to bring great education to our students. So here we go with All of Me. One, two, three, four. You bet. That is All of Me. Well, it's time for a little bit of polka time. A little bit of polka time it is, you bet. We're going to send it out to some folks that have had some birthdays here, maybe a little bit ago. Gordon and Jean Onotka out of Valparaiso had a little bit of a drive-by birthday party thing where everybody could drive by and wish them happy birthday. So for Gordy and Jean Onotka out of Valparaiso, as well as Inez Barth, like a month or so ago, had a birthday there in Stanton, Nebraska. And of course, Mark Villadal just had his as well. And so this is all those birthdays wrapped together. This one's actually arranged by Mark Villadal. He wrote that for Duffy Belorad. It's called The Two Blackbirds Polka, arranged by Mr. Mark Villadal, featuring our two tenors, Bob and Wade. Polka time. Here we go. 1, 2. Thank you very much. And we are rolling, I tell you what. It is coming up on winter time. You kind of felt it today. There was a lot of moisture, a little bit on the cold side, and some of us even had a little bit of snow. So we're going to kick into a winter tune, a COVID Winterland, right? A COVID Winterland, something like that. And this one was arranged by the great late Joe Project. Joe Project played lead trumpet for Duffy for many, many years and wrote for all kinds of bands, Orville von Zagren, the Howells, the Solid 8 band, as well as the Howells Hot Shots, and of course, again, wrote a lot of charts for Duffy. So here we go with one called The Winter Wonderland, arranged by the late, great Joe Project. Sleigh bells ring, are you listening? In the lane, snow is glistening. A beautiful sight, we're happy tonight, walking in a winter wonderland. Gone away is the bluebird, here to stay is a new bird. He sings a love song as we go along, walking in a COVID winterland. In the meadow we can build a snowman, then pretend he is Parson Brown. He'll say, "Are you married?" We'll say, "No, man, but you can do the job when you're in town." Later on we'll conspire to, as we dream by the fire, to face unafraid the plans that we've made, walking in a winter wonderland. Clarinets!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Duffy Belorad Orchestra, and I've got some special stuff tonight to talk about, but as we start here, I just want to say thank you to all of you during this time of COVID for being here. It is great to have this kind of entertainment, and on behalf of a lot of very appreciative viewers, I say thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having us, Mike. We appreciate it very much. Again, it's a great show. Love your variety. The Polka Police was wow.
You like the Polka Police?
It was bizarre. That was, you know, I had to pay attention because it was unusual. It was unusual.
There were a couple of viewers that didn't enjoy them as much as you did.
Oh, I don't know. I just had to stay to watch and see what happened next. So
yes. Sometimes that happens. Well, I tell you what, speaking of them, tonight has been kind of a moment because we lost all of our camera connections here. And we have, I'm telling you, the best staff in the world to make things go. You didn't even know at home. Isn't it funny that when you have technical difficulties, the first place I go to is I text my mom to see if it looks okay and sounds okay. And she gave the seal of approval that even though we were having a terrible time of it behind the scenes.
And she has no hearing aids, right?
Nope, she has no hearing aids.
Good.
She is
Way to go, Mom.
there. Yep, she is right there. Do a quick introduction for me here, just so we can get everybody's name on, and I want to find out. Most everybody here we've been with before.
Right, we got a couple of newbies, a little bit. Roger, we didn't talk too much from the last time, but Roger Dill is a retired band director and lives in Valley, Nebraska, and he's been with us for over 15 years playing lead, and he's 80 years young. Okay, so what will your chops, my chops, be like when we're 80, right? So, and then a new man here tonight for the very first time, Bob Fusen, lives in Lincoln. I taught his oldest son at Goodrich Middle School. He is actually Dr. Fusen of saxophones and clarinets and woodwinds and all kinds of great stuff, and works at a church in Lincoln, Nebraska. And so that he'll also be here on Thanksgiving with you. So he'll be back. Wade Howells is from Columbus, Nebraska. He's the Lakeview band director. And how tall are you, Wade? 6'3". He seems taller than that, doesn't he? He just seems taller. But yeah, playing lead alto. Actually, our lead person could not be here tonight, so we got the word last night. So we did a shuffle just of last night. Bob was coming to take Wade's spot. Wade took the lead spot. These guys bounce around, and they're just so talented they can play any chair they want. And then another one of our senior advisors on the end, all the way from Papillia, Nebraska, retired Hallmark famous person of NMEA, as well as the Tommy Bishop Orchestra, Ken Mosier on third alto clarinet, and sometimes he brings along his tenor just to dust it off. And he also is 80 years young. These guys are like pickles. You know, I mean, they just in a jar are so perfect. And I'm coming off of that just off the top of my head. That's actually halfway decent. So in the back, we have another doctor. I wouldn't let any of these guys examine you, though. So anyhow, Dr. Sam Zetek, all the way out of Grand Island, Nebraska. And, of course, he's with H&R Block. He'll be busy in January. We won't be able to even play with him at all. So pay those taxes, that's right. So, and he's been on the keyboard, and he is, as far as when he started Duffy back in '02, he's the only one that has survived. And so of all the original members that I started in '02, Sam is the only one that has stuck it out with me for 18 years already. So, yeah, blackmail, right? And then, of course, last but not least, the lover boy himself, Mr. Jacob Belorad, youngest of the Belorad crew. And how long has it been? 2 years? 3 years? It was... Yeah, his mom didn't want him out late on weeknights when he was in high school playing gigs with me, and so it was a progressive, as you got older, and that you could drive and not worry about traffic. So on the drums out of Cedar Bluffs. Colon. Yeah, he's between Colon. Yeah, he's in between both Colon and Cedar Bluffs. And so Jacob Belorad on the drums. Yours truly, Kevin Koopman, originally from Stanton, as you know. It's the Stanton County kid.
That's right. Stanton County kid. Didn't get far from Lee, where this band started. And I'll tell you what we're going to do. I just want to make a pitch here. Our goal tonight is 25 members. We're asking for $12 a month or $15 a month. If you do 12, we'll send you a Quarantine Tonight t-shirt. It's almost sure to beat COVID. And then the 15 gets you a sweatshirt. We care about keeping this program going. And, of course, we're going to give you that number here in just a second. But I want to start with showing you this quick video. Ladies and gentlemen, the Duffy Belorad Orchestra, and I've got some special stuff tonight to talk about, but as we start here, I just want to say thank you to all of you during this time of COVID for being here. It is great to have this kind of entertainment, and on behalf of a lot of very appreciative viewers, I say thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having us, Mike. We appreciate it very much. Again, it's a great show. Love your variety. The Polka Police was wow.
You like the Polka Police?
It was bizarre.
Here at Quarantine Tonight, we appreciate you watching. Want to thank our friends and longtime sponsors at the University of Nebraska Medical Center. This is an important night for us. As you know, we are asking for your help. We're going to do this for 3 weeks. We're in our second week, but it's going to make this program go on and on and on because we want to keep bringing in bands. Yes, we do reruns every once in a while, but our goal is to have it be live as much as possible. And so if you like the Duffy Belorad Orchestra, we want you to consider calling this number that you see at the bottom of your screen, 1-888-800-1479, or go to newschannelnebraska.com. We're asking for 25 people tonight to do $12 a month, and we'll send you a T-shirt, or $15 a month, and we'll send you a sweatshirt. And as we talk about that, I got a very nice letter, and I'm not going to tell you from who because she asked for anonymity, but for somebody from Coleridge. And this letter was received, it was written on October 21st, and basically just says she was recently sorting through her mother's collection of newspaper articles and ran across this one of the Duffy Belorad Orchestra, guessing from sometime in the 1960s, and she sent along this article that appeared in a local paper. It says, Duffy's First Accord, and basically talks to the band who started in 1932. Adolph Duffy Belorad followed the guidance of his teacher, Lawrence Welk, and played tune after tune on Welk's old accordion. Duffy, who lives near Lee, again, this was written in the 1960s, bought Welk's accordion in 1928 for $475. At that time, Welk was on WNAX in South Dakota. The purchase started Duffy on a long and enjoyable road to the music business. Although he is retired as a farmer and a livestock grower, he still leads his band. Duffy was the only student Lawrence Welk ever had. How about that? Welk then moved to Dallas, Texas, and Belorad, Duffy, continued his accordion lessons in Omaha. By 1932, Adolph had formed his first band, also known as Duffy. His first job was at the Farmers Hall 3 miles southeast of Lee. It says, back in those days, according to Duffy, I played a lot of times for $1 or $1.50 a night. Sometimes he wound up with nothing because of a peculiar commission scale that some places offered. The band was paid a certain commission, and he basically says that if there wasn't enough money taken in the door to pay the expenses, the musicians ended up with nothing. Duffy said, I couldn't do that to my men, so he paid them out of his own pocket. Duffy recalled the season when he and his men played 56 nights straight, had 1 day off, and then played 35 more. So the people that are watching tonight, they talk about, we went to dances all the time. Well, I bet you did, because the guy worked 56 nights straight back in the 60s and then played 35 more after 1 night off. How does anyone stay married after that? Duffy said when asked about this, quote, when you are young, you can take it, end quote. Over the years, Duffy's band has enlarged to 9 members. He says, quote, most of our engagements are one-nighters, so we don't go too much farther than Fremont, Lincoln, Omaha, Columbus, and Norfolk, end quote. He did say family obligations of his musicians dictate how often they play, dance dates, and how far they travel. So who was in the Duffy Belorad Orchestra in the 60s? Well, he said 3 are full-time farmers, and they can't afford to work around farm machinery half asleep or overly tired. Myron Brodicke, who plays trumpet and trombone. Don Keller, who plays sax and clarinet. They're from the Howells area. The third farmer is Roger Reininger from Lee, also a sax clarinet man and the band's vocalist. Dwayne Muller from Howells is a dairyman and plays the sax section. And then Gary Brodicke, Myron's son, is the band's second trumpet player. He lives in Norfolk, works at Dale Electronics, and guess what? I went to school with Gary's daughter, Carrie, and he was also in the House Hot Shots. How about that? Cecilia Turnus in Lee is the band's only female. She plays the electric piano. So I thought you'd enjoy a little history on the Duffy Belorad Orchestra from the 1960s, thanks to one of our viewers who sent that article along. If you like this music, if you like what we're doing here on News Channel Nebraska, help us do it. 1-888-800-1479, newschannelnebraska.com. Maybe you've been watching for a week and you're like, well, I probably should do it. Well, call now. We're trying to get to 25. Call now. We're trying to get $12 a month just to keep this going. This is better than the movies. You get it every night as much as we can do it. And we, between sports and news and weather and all this stuff, we try to do our best, or $15 a month. 1-888-800-1479. Let's bring the band back up. We made sure and got them a little water and ginger ale, and they're coming back up here. Maybe a 2% milk for a few of them. We got all of our technical issues figured out. We've got this young man sitting right here. He's got a birthday somewhere in the family. Can you give him the wireless mic there? And we're going to start getting practicing for this mask ordinance that's coming here. We got all sorts. Oh, look at him. He's got Clorox. You are a teacher. Look at you. You just know exactly what to do, don't you? So you've got a birthday tonight in the family.
This is on
right?
now?
Yes, it's on.
Okay. Well, it's not in my family, but it's a classmate of mine from way back, way back. She lives in Fort Worth, Texas.
Now, first, where did you go to school?
I went to school in Augusta, Kansas.
Okay.
Which is just outside of Wichita. And then I went to college at that time, Kansas State Teachers College,
okay,
which is now Emporia State University. And but this person, we were in school all the way through together. And her birthday is today, and she lives in Fort Worth. So happy birthday, Bonnie.
Isn't that something, how those high school relationships go on and on and on, don't they? Well, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you would, become a member. We're looking to get 25 members, 1-888-800-1479. We'll keep that number up there for a bit. But let's get back to the Duffy Belorad Orchestra right here on News Channel Nebraska.
It's interesting, Mike, that you brought up some of those old names from the past, and the Keller boys that were from more of the Humphrey area, and then also the Broditskys that you talked about, Myron and Gary. I actually have that down in my notes tonight. We're going to try to play a tune. I'm playing Myron's spot, second trumpet, and playing trombone, and it's a challenge to switch back and forth between the horns, and so I'm going to try to do one of my old favorites later on in dedication to Myron Broditsky. Here we go. This one was written by the great late Dennis Wesley. Dennis Wesley had a great big band out of Prague, Nebraska, and he wrote this for Duffy when he was 14 years old, cruising down the river. Waltz time. Here we go. Give you 5. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Ah, yes, a great tune written by the great late Dennis Wesley, Cruising Down the River. A great Duke Ellington tune, famous back in 1939. And we notified the Grand Lodge that where the Koopman Duo played, maybe a month ago. And this is a retirement center in Lincoln, Nebraska. And they are pumping this through their televisions at the Grand Lodge. So we want to send that all to the residents there at the Grand Lodge, as well as out to a fellow cousin, Pat Heerman. So out to them, this is a great tune, Take the A Train, a Duke Ellington favorite. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bobby Fusen on the tenor. Yes, Take the A Train. That one was arranged by, of course, the great Glenn Kocha. Yes, Glenn Kocha out of Papillion, Nebraska. Wrote a lot of charts for a lot of different bands. Tommy Bishop, the Jim Balkanichek Band, several bands out there, including the Leolani Orchestra. You bet. That's the A Train. Now we have something really special coming your way. As we spoke about Ken Mosier, he just made it apparent to me that he plays more than just the woodwinds. He's a percussionist. So tell us about your percussion ability there.
Years of training, years of training.
Years of training.
Again, I have a minor degree in percussion, very minor.
Very minor.
Yeah.
And what is it that you're going to play in the next tune?
I'm going to be featured soloist on this particular number, and I'll have the rest of the band kind of back me up. I'll be playing the maracas.
The maracas. Okay.
Right.
All right. And we hope to see all kinds of great movement out of you. Just don't wreck anything. So also tell us, we were talking about, you know, as Mike Flood talked about days gone by and gigs in the past. Tell us about your history in terms of your first job.
Do I have about a half hour time to do that?
That would save my chops if you can go a half hour. That would be great.
Well, I started in 1955, my first job. In fact, I started in November of 1955. I looked back at some records I had, and I kept records of the dances I played. And I started in November of '55. And first job, I got paid $3.
$3. Did you spend it, or do you still have it?
I still have it.
Good for you.
And then the second job, I moved up. I made $5.
Wow, big money, big money.
And then,
So do the math. How many years is that then? From
see.
1955 to 2020.
How many years is that? I think just only 65.
65 years. Wow, wow, that's amazing. That's amazing. Let's hear it for Ken Mosier. Woo! Yeah. All right. Well, tell you what, we're going to let him put his arms to use here doing the maracas. Make sure you shut that microphone off because we don't want everybody to hear it. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't say that out loud. Anyhow, here we go with our Latin medley, Spanish Eyes, Blue Spanish Eyes, Yours, and a good old tune, Days of Wine and Roses. Latin time it is. Here we go. 1, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4.
the Duffy Belorad Orchestra since.
Can we give you the kicker?
Oh, yes.
There we go with the kicker. 1, 2, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, yes. Here's Mike Flood. I just
Why
love
would
saying
you
that.
ever go to a different band than big band? This is just fantastic here.
It's like butter and butterscotch mixed together. It's
Isn't it,
just
though?
So
Like-
smooth.
I can just tell you this. So many of our viewers just absolutely love this music, and you can't believe how many people got married to this band specifically.
And you said it. He played 300 nights in the year. That was a lot of
Now,
weddings.
how would that go with your wife, by the way? 56 nights straight, 1 night off, and then 35 nights.
Not well.
You know that, I don't know if you know this, but I'm a licensed attorney in Nebraska, so if you need one, I'm having a half-off sale for the Duffy Belorad Orchestra. My goodness. How could your marriage survive 56 nights on the road, a night off, and then 35 nights? Like, either your wife likes to go to dances and you have no children, or she's just a saint somewhere.
One of the two, yeah.
Because you know, what do you do? Like, at most, when you're busy, how many nights a week would you be performing?
Oh, I mean, maybe once or twice a week.
I mean, 56 nights straight wouldn't work in your house?
Oh, man.
Can you imagine that?
I can't.
A Monday night somewhere other than Quarantine Tonight? I mean, at the King's Ballroom or the, what's the Starlight Ballroom?
Starlight Event Center, yeah.
And then what's the one up in Hardington? There's 2 of them.
I can't think of what.
Oh, my goodness. I can't believe it's not coming to my head here.
Snyder, Nebraska has a great ballroom.
So many
and,
people right now are just like, oh, my gosh, I can't believe you don't know that. Yes.
Skylar Oak Ballroom, you bet. Yep.
Just the other day, I crossed into Nebraska from Vermilion, South Dakota, and I took the roads there, weaving around all the river ground just south of the Missouri River in Cedar County, and I thought, oh, I bet I can just imagine the number of people that were up here dancing. They love to dance in Cedar County. You know
Yes.
that, of course.
Yes, of course, you bet.
And we hope you're watching tonight if you're in Cedar County. We'll give the band a chance to grab a cold refreshment, and we'll be right back with just a little bit of more. But while we're at it, let's just talk about this for a second. Membership on News Channel Nebraska. Now, we've got 7 people that have signed up. Our goal is 25 tonight. If you got married to the Duffy Belorad Orchestra, you almost have to join. I mean, my goodness, this band is just about the most iconic thing you can have in Nebraska. But Kevin D. Koopman here is planning to join. I don't know. My goodness, does your wife know you're doing this? Okay, he's got a card here. My goodness, Kevin is he's been on a few times here on the show at Quarantine Tonight. We always know we can count on him. In fact, I've been kind of saving up the Duffy Belorad Orchestra because it's such a special band for so many of our viewers just across the state, folks that like big band. And Kevin, of course, a Stanton native, close to Lee, where the band originated. Adolph Duffy.
Yeah, Adolf was not a popular name during World War II. So
No, I don't know if
Duffy was a better.
I'd go with
better
Duffy.
Duffy any day.
I'd
so,
go with
yeah.
Duffy.
So, are you ready for this?
Yes, I'm ready for
You're
this.
ready for this? Okay. So, yes, I got a check right here made out to News Channel Nebraska, at $1.2 million, but then you minus off a little bit, and that's down to, would it be $144 for the T-shirt?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Would you grab that T-shirt over
Grab
there?
that T-shirt.
Yeah.
This is my wife's Christmas gift. So for Dr. Ann Francine Koopman of the University of Nebraska-Lincoln, right here it is. You can't say...
Well, there is a T-shirt for her right there.
It's the gift that keeps on giving, is not only the T-shirt, but News Channel Nebraska and Quarantine.
She's going to be
Tonight.
like, you
So-
got me what for Christmas?
Yeah.
Why did you do this again?
Because I love her more than anybody can imagine, because by giving this gift... You too could be giving this gift, right? You know.
Yeah.
So there you go.
We can do more of these
We
gifts.
can
yes.
do more of those. So now you got 8 people, right?
You
We're
know
up to
what?
8.
You know what has been great about having bands here on News Channel Nebraska is that we've gotten the best bands because of COVID.
Yeah.
And I hope that by being here, they want to come back, because at some point this awful disease is going to go away, or it's going to abate somewhat. But you have brought so much joy into so many people's living rooms, and I'm the one that gets to read the letters, honestly. and they love the Duffy Belorad Orchestra.
Well, thank you. Thank you, everybody, for writing in, and thanks to all the talent I'm surrounded by with these guys, Ken and Wade, Sam, Bobby, and Roger and Jacob. I'm very lucky. I'm a very lucky man to have these guys with me. So.
Well, I tell you what, we're lucky to have them here, too. If you'd like to donate, 1-888-800-1479 or newschannelnebraska.com, and $12 a month or $15 a month if you want the sweatshirt. I want you to see this quick video, and we'll be right back. When COVID hit, we were looking for ways that we could bring joy into people's living rooms, and we decided what's better than music. When we started this program, I thought we'd do it for 2 weeks. We've done over 115 shows. We've done over 115 shows. Some days I'd go to the mailbox, there'd be 150 letters in there. There'd be, 200 emails. I'd never been part of anything like it. We've gotten over 2,400 letters from all over the state, from Kimball to Falls City, that said, I'm here, I'm by myself, I'm in my room, I'm in my house, I'm in my assisted living room, and I can't leave. And this is my connection to Nebraska. That is so gratifying, and there's no other TV network or television station or radio station in America that's doing this. We decided that if this show is to continue, it needs to continue because people like you watching right now say, hey, this is worth doing. We have always paid every single performer $125 per night. And no, it's not a lot of money, but when you have 10 or 11 people on a polka band, it adds up pretty quick. This is not a high-budget show. We've spent money on the things that are important, the musicians and the wonderful sound. My two boys ran cameras for most of the summer. This program, when you watch it, if you don't go to bed happier than when you started, we're not doing our job. This is Nebraska. This is Nebraska at its best. To be part of this has been probably the greatest broadcast experience of my career.
All right, good evening, Nebraska. Welcome back to your only variety show with live entertainment.
All right, we're back here on News Channel Nebraska. I hope this program means something to you, that you're willing to do that. If you are, call now, 1-888-800-1479. We've got 7 people out of our 25 that are willing to do this tonight, and we'd ask you to be one as well. For $12 a month or $15 a month, it's T-shirt or sweatshirt. We'll send you a Quarantine Tonight special edition T-shirt or sweatshirt. We appreciate so much the Duffy Belorad Orchestra. We chose them for this week because we knew so many of you are big fans of the band, what they do, and the music they present. This allows us to keep going. We do pay the band every night, and we like the big bands because there's so many of you that enjoy the music and the sound and the memories that come with having a band like this that just take us miles. A couple things here. Tomorrow night, Prodigal Sons are going to be here. They are that band out of Ponca, Salem Lutheran Church up there in Dixon County. They have a good time. Actually, my sister-in-law, who grew up in Ponca, she's driving up here. I'm going to give her a private audience with some of those guys. And then on Thanksgiving, we have the Leo Lani Orchestra starting at 6 p.m. on your Thanksgiving. I'll be here, and then we'll have Paul Siebert from 8 to 10 p.m. with special Christmas music. And then, guess what? On Friday, the Mark Vieladal Band is going to be here. Mark, of course, an accomplished Hall of Fame artist from Fremont. His son Jacob tonight is working on the drums. They're going to be here on Friday night, and they will be doing polka. It's just a great week here at News Channel Nebraska. Our goal tonight is 25. With your help, we'll get there. I'm going to throw up the address, the physical address. I know there's some people that say, hey, I'm not going to call the number. I'm not going to do the website. But we will send you something, and we'll do it in the mail. Let's go ahead and throw that up here. You can send that to this address. We'll get it up here in just a second. It's 214 North 7th Street in Norfolk, 68701. Or you can always, if you don't want to do that, you can always send us a letter and tell us how much you like the bands. I like reading those, too, because we get so many good ones from across the state. There it is. There's that address you're so familiar with. That's not the location that we're at now, but you can find us at 214 North 7th Street in Norfolk, 68701. All right, I think the band, we'll keep that up there for a second, has had a chance to refresh themselves. Let's welcome them back to the stage. Oh, we're going to have a solo with Sam, Dr. Sam from Grand Island. Tell us what this solo is all about.
It's a song called Somewhere Over the Rainbow.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, the Duffy Belorad Orchestra with a special solo.
Somewhere over the rainbow, way up high, there's a land that I heard of once in a lullaby. Somewhere over the rainbow, the skies are blue, and the dreams that you dare to dream really do come true. Someday I'll wish upon a star, wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops away upon the chimney tops. It's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. Bluebirds fly, the birds fly over the rainbow. Then why can't I? Someday I'll wish upon a star and wake up where the clouds are far behind me, where troubles melt like lemon drops way upon the chimney tops. It's where you'll find me, somewhere over the rainbow. The skies are blue, and the birds fly over the rainbow. And why can't I? Happy little bluebirds fly beyond the rainbow. Why can't why can't I? Oh, thank you very much.
There you go, Sam Zetek. Sometimes we go singles, duos, trios, quartets, quintets, all of it. Even Duffy here at seven people. Again, thanks to Mike Flood, News Channel Nebraska, Chad Barnhill, the rest of the gang here, the staff, doing such a great job each and every night dealing with technical difficulties. And I would be pulling my hair out. I know. I was here, and I was like, oh, my gosh, what do you do? And these guys stay very calm and say, okay, let's try this, let's try that. And they're all working together quite so well. So very impressive. So here we go. We've got Duffy Belorad coming back here to you, full band. And this is a Doris Day favorite of 1949. You bet, maybe you even guessed it, Everywhere You Go. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Everywhere you go, sunshine follows you. Everywhere you go, skies are always blue. Children love you, they seem to know. You bring roses out of the snow. The whole world says hello. Everywhere you go. Ah, yes, you bet. Everywhere you go. Arranged by the great Glenn Kocha. Got a call today from Bernie Prohaska. Yeah, from Bernie. She had a little tidbit of news for me. One is that Catherine Novacek, yes, her birthday is today. So Catherine, of course, has gone along with a lot of bus tours with Mark Villadal, and also used to be one of my big chicken customers. We would meet after I butchered lots of chicken, and her and Bernie would come down and get some chicken from me. So happy birthday to you, Catherine. This one's for you, my dear. The Pretty Liz polka. Here we go. Ready? 1, 2. Heidi ho! Hup! Ah, yes, that one's going out to Catherine. You bet. Happy birthday to you, Catherine. We're going to send this one out to the Belorad family. You bet. Gary and Diane that lives in Lee, Nebraska there. And this Helen, Duffy's wife, had a few favorites. Somewhere My Love. This is also one of her favorites, one called Sweet Madness.
Wow, that's amazing.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, here's Mike Flood.
Look at you, Kevin D. Koopman. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching. We're 28 minutes past the hour. If you are in the the Central Time Zone, it's 9:28. If you are in the Mountain Time Zone, 8:28. We hope you enjoy the program. This band is one that we have kind of saved up for this special time here at News Channel Nebraska. We have 9 people so far that have signed up to be members of News Channel Nebraska, and they have called 1-888-800-1479, or they've gone on newschannelnebraska.com, and they've planted seeds to help us grow this program. I would say Kevin Koopman has been on Quarantine Tonight. What do you say, 10 times?
Individually for me?
Yes.
After Friday, it'll be 9 times.
9 times.
So with the Checklanders, our combo, Duffy, Mark Belorad.
What's great is that a lot of these musicians, especially in the polka and the big band category, are in so many different bands across the state of Nebraska. We have just a large variety of folks here. Let's hand that microphone out. Who has the wireless microphone? Oh, there we are. Oh, he's going to give the COVID treatment to it so that we can talk to somebody. All right, this is somebody new for us. Tell everybody who you are.
My name is Bob Fusen. I live in Lincoln.
And how do you come into music? What do you do every day?
I practice a lot. A lot.
Hey, that's good advice to somebody at home, right? And what do you practice? The saxophone?
I practice the saxophone. I practice composition. I practice a little bit of piano.
What got you into music?
Oh, gosh. Probably my grandmother. She used to waitress in Red Bank, New Jersey, where Count Basie is from. So
Oh, my
she
goodness.
played all kinds of Count Basie and Glenn Miller records when I was little. And she was from Kentucky, so like Willie Nelson and Merle Haggard. And
How did you get to Nebraska?
for school, I followed a teacher out here, a really great guy named Paul Har. Shout out to Paul. Wade also studied with Paul. That's where I met Wade. We were grad students together, and now we're dear friends. And so, yeah, Nebraska's been great.
That's great. Well, nice to have you here. And so you practice every day. You keep it going.
Try to.
Sound great. And so big band is something you learned growing up?
More or less. I heard it from a very early age.
And so where can you play big band in Nebraska? Obviously with the Duffy Belorad Orchestra, but where else do you see this implemented?
Well, I play with a lot of different bands around Nebraska. The Leo Lonnie Orchestra is going to be here
Sure.
Thursday. I'll be here with them. I played with Greg Spivak. I played with a bunch of groups. I played in a big band at UNL. Wade and I played in it together, playing contemporary things. So it's out there if you look for it.
Well, my goodness, we just appreciate you being here tonight. And your wife's okay with this? You're just on the road, big banding?
Yeah, I mean, it's with COVID. This has been like the first 2 gigs I've had in 6 or 7 months.
Are you kidding me?
she's all right
It's
with it,
been
yeah.
that
well,
tough.
maybe it's not, but maybe 2 months. So,
Well, you know, she's invited to our private Thanksgiving dinner if you want. But
well, I will let her know.
How many kids you got?
Too many.
Too many.
how many?
No matter how many kids you have, it's always one too many.
Well, now you got to answer the question. How
I
many?
have 3. 3 wonderful boys, Carter, David, and Theodore.
And what are their ages?
They are 14, 10, and 5.
Any of them watching tonight?
Hopefully not. It's late. They should be in bed.
14. 14. I mean, this is just the middle of the night for them.
Maybe.
You got video games going on at your house?
Oh, yes.
I've got a 14-year-old too, and you'd think that was the most. You'd think that was national security playing video
absolutely.
games at night.
That's
yeah.
the first thing to go when they get in trouble.
Is it really? Okay.
It's the most effective.
But those 5-year-olds, they just love their parents, don't they?
Oh, well, yeah, he loves his mother. He's very bad over his mother, and I'll take it. I'm very bad over her, too.
But you know what? Having your dad on TV tonight as a 5-year-old's got to be pretty cool. So if he's still up, that's a good thing. We appreciate you guys being here so much, and appreciate the Duffy Belorad Orchestra. If you like what you're seeing, if you like what's going on, if you want this to continue, then please become a member of News Channel Nebraska now. 1-888-800-1479, or go on to newschannelnebraska.com. It's safe, fast, and secure. I want you to see this video, and we'll be right back. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. All right, we're back here at News Channel Nebraska. Appreciate you watching so much. I gotta. Where's that wireless microphone at? Somebody send it all the way down to this young man over here on the end. You know, of all my experiences in my career, one of the stations that I have is KWBE in Beatrice, Nebraska, Queeby, which started in essentially the 40s with Bud Pence. And we got a young man here from Jansen, Nebraska. Is that where you're from originally?
I went to high school at Plymouth, Nebraska. Yeah.
Plymouth,
Close to
okay.
Yeah, I played in Jansen. Yeah.
So one of the great things about KWBE is it has a bomb shelter for a radio station still today, with people that are so dedicated to that station. But that was the first place you played, right? Inside that radio station?
Yeah, we worked with Bud Pence at that time back in the 50s. I was in high school, and I played in the polka band. And on Saturday afternoon, we played at Kolache time at 4 o'clock on KWBE.
Was Bud there?
Oh, yeah, he was there. Yeah.
Bud's a legend in broadcasting. He started that station at KWBE Queeby, and you still walk in, you see the big B, obviously.
Yeah.
You remember walking in that place?
I was scared to death because we were playing on radio live, and oh my word, we're going to make it through.
You were on 1450 AM.
1450, you're right.
And everybody was listening. Your mom, your dad.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the whole countryside listened to KWBE.
Well, you know what I can do? If you want to recreate that, I could do that this Saturday at 4 o'clock if you want.
Oh, you could?
Yeah. You just got to get your instrument and have the whole band there.
Oh.
I'll call the people at the station and say, listen, we're having a polka at 4 o'clock. They'll be like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that'd bring back memories. Yes, it would.
KWBE is a special station in Nebraska history, and it has a special place in the hearts of so many in southeast Nebraska, in Gage County especially, doesn't it?
Yep, right.
I tell you what, we're proud to be part of it, and it's proud to be part of the News Channel Nebraska Network. Ladies and gentlemen, the Duffy Belorad Orchestra on News Channel Nebraska.
All right. Well, this is a great tune, and we're going to send out to all our dancers out there in Council Bluffs. We miss you so much, the folks at the center with the YMCA in Council Bluffs. Dan Shelby, Joyce Graybill, and, of course, the Olsons, and there's so many of them that we miss playing there, and we'll look forward to when all this is over, we'll be back to Council Bluffs. This is a request that comes there quite often, and we just got this chart, one called Opus 1. Pickups in a 3. Here we go. 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, Opus 1. Opus 1. Going out to all the good dancers out there. Council Bluffs, we'll see you again. We'll be hopeful for next year in 2021. All right. Well, this will be our last waltz for this evening. We want to send this as a salute to a few folks that we've lost here. Irvin Sidlick, a favorite of ours, funny guy with a lot of sense of humor as well as personality. Ran the Disabled Veterans Lounge there in Lincoln for 40-some years. Served our country. He is no longer with us. From Dwight, Nebraska, Jack Nitz, auctioneer of Fremont, Nebraska. Great guy as well. Great auctioneer from Fremont, Jack Nitz. And then just recently, Glenn Otto of Soresco, Nebraska. Again, this is a salute to those folks. Undying Love Waltz, also known as My Treasure Waltz. Here we go, chesky speed. A 1, 2, 3. Yes, the Undying Love Waltz. Again, a tribute to Irvin, Jack, and Glenn. Well, this is a tune. When I think of this tune, I can hear it in my head when Duffy would play it. And this is the spot of Myron Berditsky. And Gary Berditsky lives right here in Norfolk, Nebraska. And that was his father. And Gary played lead trumpet for Duffy for many, many years. Myron had, I think, 50 or 60 years logged with this band. So I hope I do it justice. This is one called Just Exactly Like You. And get to play a little bit of trombone. Here we go. Just Exactly Like You. Sam Zitek on the keyboard. Ah, yes, just exactly like you. We're going to try something a little crazy here, okay? This is a tune called Just Because, and we're going to do it just because Sam likes to sing this one, right, Sam?
I do.
Okay, so we're going to feature some soloists today, and we're also going to do it a little bit Brave Combo. If you don't know Brave Combo, they have a flavor all their own in a polka world down in Texas. And so we're going to have two solos here. We're going to feature Wade Howells on the soprano sax and Bob on the tenor. We'll do a little funkiness with Just Because in the middle. Here we go. Just Because You Think You're So Pretty.
Just because you think you're so pretty, and just because you think you're so hot, and just because you think you got something that nobody else has got, you cause me to spend all my money, and you like to call me old Santa Claus. Well, I'm telling you, sugar, I'm through with you. Because, just because
Wade Howells on the soprano sax.
Just because you think you're so pretty,
You're so pretty.
and just because your mama thinks you're hot,
Oh, mama.
and just because you say you ain't crazy,
Not crazy.
well, that doesn't mean you're not. You cause me to spend all my money,
Master Visa card.
and you left to call me old Santa Claus.
Ho, ho.
Well, I'm telling you, sugar, this means we're through. Because, just because
Bob Houston on tenor. Roger's laughing. I think that was great music. You're laughing so hard. What? You think it's just hilarious, right? Yeah, let's hear it for Bob, and let's hear it for Wade. Doing a great job. Hey, yeah, hoo-yah, yeah, doing a nice. And also, Mr. Dr. Sam Zitek. All three are doctors, I believe, correct? Is that right? Dr. Wade, Dr. Bob, and Dr. Sam. Don't let them examine you, ladies and gentlemen. Please don't, okay? They're not qualified for that. So. All right. Well, after that craziness, we're going to calm down just a little bit. We're going to send this out to the folks in New York, where they also are struggling with COVID, and we wish them the best of luck with recovery. So, of course, a Frank Sinatra favorite, one called New York, New York. Yes, that was New York, New York. You bet. I don't know if his mic out there or not. I don't know for sure what we're doing for sure here. So let's go to Janie is her name, 28X. This was a favorite of my cousin Leon Koopman from Battle Creek, Nebraska, was a trombone player. This is one of his favorites. This one was written by Bob Olson. Bob Olson, this one's for you. He is 93, 94. I've lost track a little bit here. And lives in Fremont, retired middle school band director. Do you know what it is or not?
He's 91.
91. Yeah. Are you sure?
Yeah, he's just 11 years older than I am.
11 years older than you. Okay, I swear he was past 91. So anyhow, sorry, Bob, to make you older than you are. Anyhow, he wrote a lot of different arrangements for a lot of bands. Played lead trumpet for the old Dick Wickman band of Fremont, Nebraska. And, of course, retired from being the middle school band director there or junior high band director at Fremont. A great guy and a great musician. Plays great Dixieland. He wrote this chart, one called Janie is Her Name.
There is the Duffy Belorad Orchestra serving you since 1932. Now, Kevin, was there ever a year that the orchestra didn't exist, or you bought it in 1992?
Asked really good questions. So in, even after Duffy passed away in '84, the widow, Helen Belorad, she would keep booking the gigs. The guys would show up, and they would pick up the equipment and drive and play the gigs until Myron Berdisky, the gentleman that played this spot, said, I think I'm ready to retire from it. And so that was in 1991 was their last gig in Howells. And then
At the Howells Ballroom?
Howells Ballroom, you bet. And then I resurrected it in 2002. At the time, it was the Starlight Ballroom. And that's how I got started. Yeah. I went to Helen and said, could I borrow the book? My folks' 50th wedding anniversary is coming up. And I said that it'd be neat if I could borrow the book, hire some musicians, because Duffy had played for my grandparents' wedding, my parents' wedding, my sister's wedding, and even her kids' wedding, so that we've had 4 generations of my family from Duffy playing for their wedding, right? Well, she said, I'd rather sell it. So that's how it all came about. When I told my dad how much I paid for it, he was out on the farm, out on the top of a hill, and I said, I just bought Duffy Belorad, and I told him what I paid for it, and he said, that was too much money. But it was fine. It was fine. It was not too much money at all. But so here we are.
How many of you
later.
have been in the band for 18 years?
Not 18.
15 years.
Yeah, 15 would be here.
Yeah,
Right here. 15 years. 10 years. Oh, my goodness.
guys aren't here.
5 years. And
Scott's been, the one that's missing would be for here 5 years. Yeah.
oh my goodness. Well, I tell you what, we could take a 10-minute break if you would
Okay.
do just a little bit more.
Sure.
Our audience would love it.
Okay.
We would love it, and we'll do some news here at 10:01 here in just a few moments. We'd also like to invite you to donate 1-888-800-1479. We're at 13. We need to get to 25, so we're looking for $12 a month or $25 a month. If you'd be willing to do that, we'd be willing to accept it. It is a huge deal for us as we go forward with more of the Duffy Belorad Orchestra. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. It's 10:01. Ladies and gentlemen, there you go. 9 minutes after the hour of 10 o'clock Central, 9 o'clock Mountain. We were just having a quick visit with the band here about some of the other bands coming up. Tomorrow night we have the Prodigal Sons from Ponca, Nebraska. They all perform at the Salem Lutheran Church. They said, do you mind if we do our own prayer? I said, absolutely. You can come in tomorrow night. And they will be performing some of your favorite country and gospel sounds. On Thursday, we're actually starting at 6 p.m. with the Leo Lonnie Orchestra. And then at 8 p.m., we have the Paul Siebert performance with some special Christmas music. On Friday, Mark Villadal's band, Villadal, will be here. Who's going to be here on Friday? Raise your hand.
Friday.
1, 2, 3 of you will be here. And then one of them will be here for Thursday night. So, hey, we are at 15 members. We need 10 more. We need your help. $12 a month. Call this number, 1-888-800-1479. Cast your vote and say, hey, more of the Duffy Belorad Orchestra. We need more of them back here on News Channel Nebraska. Or go to newschannelnebraska.com and sign up. We'll send you a News Channel Nebraska Quarantine Tonight T-shirt or a sweatshirt. Oh, look at that. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, he's so good. They're going to do a little Kansas City. We'll keep this number up here. We're trying to get to 25. We have 15 now. You're watching News Channel Nebraska.
Here we go. Kansas City, down and dirty, and we got Mr. Z-Tech on the keyboard on this one. Here we go. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, Kansas City, featuring the great Dr. Sam Zitek out of Grand Island, Nebraska. One of our last ballads for the evening. Again, thank you for sticking it out past the time here. I hope you're enjoying the show. And thanks again to Mike Flood and the rest of the gang. Here we go. What a wonderful world. Yes, what a wonderful world. Louis Armstrong made this one famous. Hope you enjoy. What a wonderful world. Again, we're looking forward to 2021 to harvest many a good thing, we hope. Again, my thanks to Roger Dill, Bobby Fusen, Wade Howells, Ken Mosier, Sam Zitek, Jacob Villadal, and yours truly, Kevin D. Koopman. Again, we're looking forward to hopefully coming back here on News Channel Nebraska on the Quarantine Tonight Show. It's been a great experience this entire year, and their hospitality as well as their professionalism is outstanding. So thanks again. Here we go, the Duffy Belorad Orchestra with his good old closing theme, Dream of Love. Well, thanks again. This is the Duffy Belorad Orchestra. Duffy was the only student of Lawrence Welk. And I know that he would also endorse News Channel Nebraska on this fundraising drive here for membership. So please support live music with live musicians. Thanks again. Happy Thanksgiving. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
So well done, the Duffy Belorad Orchestra. You're watching News Channel Nebraska. To all of you for being here tonight, Sam, Jacob, everybody, thank you so much. Kevin D. Koopman, great job as well.
Mike Amo Flood. What's your middle name?
John.
Michael.
Michael John.
Michael John
Can't
Flood.
get more Catholic than that, Michael John, right?
You're talking to a German Lutheran, so I don't know what that means.
I know a lot of German Lutherans. You're in an undisclosed location that was founded by German Lutherans from the Wisconsin Synod, actually.
There you go. That's exactly what I was born.
Were you really?
Wisconsin
All right.
Synod, yep.
And then raised in the Stanton area.
And the St. John's Parochial School, St. John's, Wisconsin Synod. You bet.
Oh,
and my uncle Norris was the national treasurer for all Wisconsin Synod across the world.
Oh my goodness. That's some serious Lutheran in you. That's
He could
some
count the
serious
pennies.
Lutheran blood. Hey, by the way, Columbus Lakeview earned a superior at the News Channel Nebraska Marching Band. I understand this man here had something to do with that, and yeah, are they pretty proud of that?
Yeah, absolutely.
We were so proud to do it, and I was just talking to Chad Barnhill. He's like, "Oh, you got to talk to him because Columbus Lakeview did really, really well there. Scored over a 75, and we hope that you enjoyed that. By the way, we hope you enjoyed tonight. It is for you. There's so many of you that are watching. This was the band at your wedding, and we say congratulations again. And hopefully tonight brought back a lot of memories, a lot of music that you just savor and cherish over the years. And you're still available for weddings.
Oh, you bet. We played a wedding just last year at the Hilton in Omaha.
Oh, my goodness. Well, I tell you what. I've been married for since 2003, so do the math on that. 17 years.
17 years. And you look good.
If I got married again, I'd have the Duffy Belorad Orchestra.
Hey, yeah, there we go.
I might be the only one on the altar, but I would definitely have the Duffy Belorad Orchestra.
As long as you have that tab going, we'll be there. Yeah.
Well, we take good care of the bands when they're here because, you know, we can't pay them a lot, and they are doing a great job for us. They're performing. And we hope that you enjoy every single bit of it. If you do, become a member of News Channel Nebraska. Our goal tonight was 25. Last I checked, we were at 15. But you could still do that if you write down this number, 1-888-800-1479 or newschannelnebraska.com. Tomorrow night, we've got the Prodigal Sons from Ponca, Nebraska. They are a hoot and a lot of southern Indiana country music, which borders on gospel, if you like that. Thursday night, Thanksgiving, we are starting at 6 p.m. with the Leo Lonnie Orchestra, followed at 8 by Paul Siebert, so 4 hours on Thanksgiving. If you find yourself at home for all the right reasons, we will be here with you, and we'll have fun together. And then on Friday, the Mark Viladal Orchestra, and they'll be doing some polka music, and we'll have his son Jacob, who is behind me on the drums there. Jacob, you ready for this? Why don't you know what? I have an idea, Jacob. Why don't you bring your girlfriend on Friday night? We'd like to meet her. I'd like to just to make sure she's actually.
Would you give her a T-shirt? Would you give her a T-shirt?
Oh, no, she wants to come. We will make her an honorary member of News Channel Nebraska, and I will give her a T-shirt, and we will have a whole segment on her for television. In fact, I can get a pastor here, and we can get you married on Friday night. Oh. Well, we'll have to go through the steps kind of quick for that.
We'll have to find a special priest for that. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much to the Duffy Belorad Orchestra from our undisclosed location on News Channel Nebraska, brought to you by University of Nebraska Medical Center. We say good night.